Week 8 of the college football season saw one of our biggest upsets of the year. But before we get into any of that, let's talk about our National Team of the Week presented by Eckrich. This is a list that starts off with none other than arguably one of the top 2 favorites for the Heisman Trophy, Jalen Hurts, quarterback at Oklahoma. Absolutely put on a clinic against West Virginia. 316 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 incompletion on the afternoon. He was great from a clean pocket. He was great to all levels of the field. But when West Virginia sent extra rushers on a blitz, he was 6 of 6 for 87 yards and a touchdown. Truly a dynamic performance from Hurts, arguably one of the best college football quarterbacking performances we've seen all season long. A 97.0 passing grade is up there with the best in the country. Next on this list as well, Travis Etienne from Clemson, a guy who truly needs just a little bit of room from his offensive line, and he is gone, proving that again. 192 yards on 14 carries. That 13.7 yards per attempt was the highest in the country among qualified running backs this weekend, gaining a bunch of his yards after contact, 151 of them as well. 5 of his carries going over 10 yards, just truly difficult to bring down in all facets. Travis Etienne with a great performance for Clemson. Another great performance in the ACC as well. A.J. Dillon against NC State. This is a vintage A.J. Dillon performance. 140 of his yards coming after contact, not going down very easily. 13 combined first down and touchdown runs. Those 10 first downs were a national high. 3 scores on the ground as well. He carries the Eagles to victory. Staying with the highlight reel plays, Reggie Roberson at SMU hauled in 3 touchdowns, 250-plus yards, a super impressive 149.3 passer rating when he was the primary targeted receiver. His teammate James Prochet may have climbed to number 2 overall on SMU's all-time receptions list, but Roberson had the most dominant day this weekend from a wide receiver against Temple. SMU moves to 7-0, but here is the National Team of the Week, the full list. For more on this, PFF.com has you covered with a write-up on everybody as well, but a special shout-out to Josh Jones taking the national lead with his 5th time being mentioned on our National Team of the Week on offense, truly becoming arguably one of the most dominant tackles in all of college football, next to the other guy joining him here at Penei Sewell. Flipping now to defense, though, this is a list have to start it here with Justin Matabuke, Texas A&M's interior defender. 7 total pressures on the afternoon. They get the big win. He wins 21.9% of his pass rushing snaps and chips in with 4 stops in the running game. A 3-down performance here for Matabuke in the win for the Aggies. Next on the list as well, you couldn't not have an Illinois defender with their upset win over Wisconsin. Dele Harding, a big game, patrolled the middle of the field there for the Illini. They get the win over Wisconsin. He has a bunch of tackles, but the most important facet from his entire day and that of the Illini's entire day on defense, no missed tackles against Wisconsin. They go up, they put up the performance, they upset the Badgers and really truly upset the college football playoff picture. Harding, a big reason why. Next on the list as well, if we were talking vintage performances, this is a vintage 2018 performance from Christian Fulton. He allows just 15 yards into his coverage on 1 reception, 5 of those targets thrown his way, an interception, 2 more pass breakups. Fulton having a dominant performance for LSU as they get yet another victory in convincing fashion. But there it is, the National Team of the Week for Week 8 on defense. A lot of standout performances, most notably those we talked about, but as well, got to give it to Myjai Sanders at Cincinnati, his 2nd week in a row as our edge defender on this spot. A multitude of pressures along the edge for the Bearcats. They're primed to possibly make it to the American Athletic Conference Championship game later this season. And again, for more on these, though, check out PFF.com and be sure to sign up for the $1 Million Challenge at EckrichFootball.com for your chance to throw for $1 million at the National Championship game.
You want to get rid of me and get back to more great PFF YouTube content? All you have to do is push that button right there and subscribe. Thanks for watching.